Hey everybody, just wanted to take a second to tell you about the Mana Trader series. Mana Trader sponsors our channel. It lets me rent decks so I can play everything I need on MTGO to show you guys decks going on in the format, what's happening in Magic at the moment, and lets me help keep playing there, keep making the content you guys want to see. So if you want to play in the series, it's a once per month Eternal format series on Magic Online. You can sign up for Mana Traders using code A22EN. It's code A22EN. You'll get 15% off your entry, you'll get 15% off your subscription each month, and then you'll get free entry into the Mana Traders series where you get to play for a big payout. If you look at the payout here, huge prize pool, $4,000, $2,000, a bunch of credit towards it. Top 8, everyone's getting paid out. Even just in the Swiss, you get paid out for placing, so you don't even have to rely on one tournament where things go good or bad. You can actually get paid out for just playing a bunch during the Swiss. And there's a lot of good players in it, so it's a good place to step up. It's a good place to play against the best in the game right now and get better at playing Magic. So, again, if you want to sign up, use code A22EN at checkout for 15% off. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Making Magic Happen, brought to you by RW Hobbies and Games in Livonia, Michigan. I'm Zach, and today we are playing some blue-white stoneblade. We're going to see how good this deck fares in Modern. Before we get into the actual details of the deck, though, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment on all of it. Any amount of that would really help me keep growing the channel. I'd really appreciate it if you would. And without further ado, let's get into it. So, we're playing Blue-White Stoneblade. This is a K-Boggs special, as I like to call it. I am playing Spell Queller strictly because K-Boggs loves it, but also because it works really good with Teferi Time Raveler. We'll see how well that comes up, but before Uro started going crazy and all the blue decks started to be way too good, this deck was doing some powerful stuff, and it was a Modern player, so I do expect that it could still be that way, that it could still be quite good. Shark Typhoon gives it an evasive body to put equipment on that draws a card. It's kind of like an Ice Fang Kotal, but you don't have to splash into the other color, and you don't have to worry about turning it on with Snowlands. I do still have Snowlands just for 2 on Ices on the sideboard, or in the sideboard, but it's pretty free to play the Snowlands, so it's fine. I also have a Glacial Floodplain, which that one I'm a little more skeptical about, but I'm willing to try it. I've got Colonnades as well. Colonnade works extremely well with Sword of Feast and Famine because, if you got a Sword of Feast and Famine and a Colonnade in play, it's really expensive to turn this thing on and suit it up and equip it and attack, but then it's all free when you get the sword triggers, so there are spots where it's really good, especially when there's a Teferi in play and you can't get blown out. I'm also playing 1 Castle Ardenvale, just to have something else that can make bodies to put the 3 equipment I'm playing on. And then it's the other blue stuff you'd expect from Modern. We've got Snapcaster Mage, which is dominant again because Mystic Sanctuary got banned. Path to Exile, Opt, Spell Snare, Mana Leak, Force Negation, Cryptic Command, Jace. Those are all pretty standard. The rest of the sideboard, I am playing 2 Ashiok Dream Render. I've been seeing a lot of Titan going around. I think there's a lot of Titan happening, so I like having the 2 Ashiok and 3 Aether Gusts just to try to make sure I shore up that matchup. And I've got a bunch of creature removal because I do think there's a ton of creature decks going around. So I've got 2 extra On Ices, 2 Supreme Verdicts, a Winds of Abandon, and a Celestial Purge as well. And then I've got 2 Disputes and a Veto for when I play against another blue deck, and another Teferi for, again, other blue decks. And that's what I got. Let's see how this deck plays. I'm excited. I think it's going to be quite good, but I want to play through some games and get a better idea. So let's get into it. All right, looks like we won the die roll for round 1. And a little awkward on the lands here, but I think this is a keep. We've got a bunch of cheap spells. We've got an Opt to help us find our next land, so I'm pretty happy with this. It's been a long time since you used Opt as a land, like a way to smooth out your draws. That just was not a realistic thing to do with Uro alive. Uro gone. Turbo Xerox might be on its way back. Now, this isn't Turbo Xerox. I'm not playing like 18 lands and 20 cantrips or whatever, but I am doing the cheat a little bit on land count thing and kind of make that acceptable by playing Opt, and we'll see how that fares for me here. Ooh, a Raugrin Triumph right off the bat. Okay. That was a good draw. Would love for my opponent to play a 2-drop this turn. That'd be awesome. Ship off a quick little spell snare on it, and then try to find a 4th land for this Yace here. I would like to not use the Force of Negation before I play Jace. I'd much rather have this up the turn I do play Jace. But we'll see what opponent, what opponent forces me to do here. Oh, they're playing the Cleansing Jeskai. Okay. Okay. Ooh, Stoneforge Mystic is good. I'm going to top that. Drawing Batterskull was a lot less good. I'll say that much. So, Fire and Ice is still probably better than Feast and Famine. That's close. I think Fire Ice is better, but I think that's close. Blood Sun? What? Alright, I think I'm supposed to do this and really, really hope that I draw a land here. Drawing a land this turn would be incredible. Land? Deck, please? Ooh, a Mana Leak. That wasn't it. That was not the thing we were looking for. Alright, cheating on lands does not pay off. Example number 1. Oh man, they're going actually crazy here. Ooh, Lotus Field with Flagstones is kind of hot though. Ooh, maybe that's what my Cleansing Jeskai deck was missing. Maybe I should have had the Lotus Field Flagstones package. Shark Typhoon for 1. Sure. That's not going to block a Fire and Ice. I'll say that much. Oh, I need to pay white. I'm dumb. So I'm going to put the Batterskull in first. And again, pray I draw a land, because land here would be incredible. How about 4-drop? That's kind of the same thing. And by kind of the same thing, I mean that's not the same thing in any way, shape, or form, but that's fine. Getting in for 1. Aggressive. Does that mean there's like a verdict this turn? No? Okay. Still an excellent turn to draw land. Another 4-drop. It's going real well here so far. I'm going to equip and probably get blown out by a Path to Exile, and also this leaves them up for a Mana Leak, or... Oh, wow, that just resolved. Interesting. Alright, we get another bite at the apple here. Still a fantastic turn to draw land. Valakut Awakening? Okay. Was not really expecting that. And we did draw the path. Okay. Get an island here just to make sure I can continue to cast Cryptic. Alright, so we're in a pretty bad spot now. Missing the land for 4 turns in a row. Pretty painful. But I think we'll be okay if they just pass the turn back. If they play like a 5-mana Teferi here, we are really hurting. Okay, they just passed back. That's alright. It's alright. And we finally drew the land. Okay, so I feel pretty safe just passing here. I can hold up Mana Leak, I can hold up Cryptic, and if they don't do anything crazy, I can just pick up Batterskull and put it back in. If this is a big shark, that's totally fine. I can path that at some point when I feel the need to. think at this point I want to fetch. And then I think Blood Sun's okay. Just get to play another Lotus Field. Although, what is this? All abilities except mana abilities. So I can't destroy the Lotus Field, but that's okay. So if I hold control and activate, and then pick up Batterskull, they never get a window to kill my Stoneforge Mystic before I put Batterskull back in play here. So we've got an active skull. Land again would be amazing. Another Stoneforge. Not quite as amazing. Equipping here feels pretty risky. I'd feel a lot safer if I had Cryptic Command or Mana Leak backup. That said, I still think I'm going to do it just because I need to start gaining some traction. And they already had to look for a path, so they might not have another one. Alright, and they can path and pay for it. Because I'm 1 mana away from Cryptic. So this missing a land 15 turns in a row has been not good for us. Very not good. Maybe I should have stopped the Blood Sun. I don't know. I might have screwed up there. It is entirely possible. That said, I'm probably pathing this shark this turn and then just trading with the snap. Opponent already has infinite mana. This Mana Leak already is never doing anything ever, so it's alright. Yep, was pretty scared of that one. I think it's probably time to try to jam Jace. Oh, beautiful. Well, I'm definitely jamming Jace. The Mana Leak, of course, will never work because the opponent just has infinite more mana than me. Yep. Alright, so I guess I really shouldn't let Blood Sun resolve here. I think that's hurting me. I think that's what hurt me there. I also just lost to this Mana Leak just being unreal dead, which is fine. It happens. Alright, so the Disputes, the Teferis, and the Vetoes are in. The Path to Exiles are out. And that's what I got. Sand seems a little awkward, but I think it is a keep. I guess I lead on the floodplain. I don't know if that or Colonnade's better. I assume the floodplain's slightly better. I don't know. And I do think I'm going to get Fire and Ice still. There's a chance I was supposed to get Batterskull here, but I think it's fine. Do you have like a disenchant? Just gonna kill the Stoneforge while you still can. Alright, I think I can wait here and just attack for 1, not equip, and see what opponent does. I've got an expensive Mystical Dispute, which I can use next turn to protect my Stoneforge. Okay, so they had the bolt. They were just trying to bait literally the entire time. That's fine. Stoneforge already got its value. It found me a sword. Put it in play. Alright, I do think this is a good turn to just throw Snappy into the water here. Let's get a body in play. Oh my. Teferi is very good. I'll take a Teferi. Alright, just gonna get an island here. Gonna cast Teferi. Try to resolve it with a Mystical Dispute. See what they do. If they tap out, okay. Well, that wasn't ideal. I still think I'm supposed to wait. The fact that they did it that way makes me think I'm supposed to leave up Mystical Dispute. It feels like they have a path to me. That's what it feels like. And I can't really protect it the way my hand is currently set up. So, snap bolt. I am going to Mystical Dispute that. And next turn I can equip with Cryptic attached. If they don't, okay, yep, if they do something like this, I can equip with Cryptic attached. Oh wait, I can't because I can't fetch. Darn it, playing the planes was so bad. Well, they still didn't draw. Okay, I have mana leak, so we're all right. We're all right. Everything's fine. Oh, and I still can hold up Cryptic. Beautiful. Casting something here. Narset. That one I'm going to mana leak. Path Exile here. So if they have Force Negation, this goes kind of bad for me, but honestly it's like not the end of the world. To you. Ooh, Spell Snare is great. Alright. I'm going to leave up Opt for Force Negation in case I need that. I think Path is fine here. Opponent's down to 1 card in hand. They really don't have very much going on. I've got an Opt to look for some action. And a Spell Snare still. That is not action. That's going to the bottom. Beautiful, another land. It's just what we needed. Ooh, Queller's quite good, though. I'll take a Queller all day here. So hopefully they jam something cheap, and I can just quell it and untap and kill them. But it doesn't look like they're going to. That's fair. I'm still going to continue to wait. Oh, my God. Last game we couldn't draw land to save our life. This time we're bottoming lands and still drawing more that don't do anything. Very annoying. Okay, Mystical Dispute is okay. It's not amazing, but it's okay. It makes me think jamming Queller end of turn is reasonable now. We'll have to see what they do. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, I'm going to jam the queller, see what happens. I do have some amount of protection here. They only have access to 6 mana, so this Mystical Dispute is theoretically pretty live. Oh, very live. Alright. Well, there we have it. Do I want to change anything? I think I could make an argument for bringing in Gust. We saw Blood Sun. We saw some things where that would make some sense. Valakut Awakening is another thing. We saw Bolts. I think you could make an argument to bring in Gust, but I still don't really want to. I think I'm just going to keep past, or I think I'm just going to keep it the way it is. Alright, this hand seems decent. It's not amazing, but it's a totally reasonable hand. We got some cheap interaction, which is good. It needs a land. Okay, there we go. I was going to say, it needs to draw a land, but one land makes this hand quite good. Oh, Mana Leak's also just a phenomenal draw. I'll take that all day. Well, kind of hoping they tap out for like a Blood Sun here so I can leak it, untap, and just play Teferi, but... A 2-drop here would also be awesome. Alright, they didn't do anything. Fair enough. Alright, so I'm not going to fetch. Okay, I was going to say, I want to set up to get to 4 lands so I can cast Teferi with Dispute back up. That's kind of where I'm at now. I was maybe supposed to shock there. I don't think the life total matters that much. They've got another Flagstones, okay. Alright, so I do think it's... I'm going to pass one more turn. And I think I'm going to play Spell Queller end of turn. I will also quell basically anything they play. That thing's annoying. That said, it really puts their shields down for a second here, which is good for me. Makes me think they have a Force of Negation, but it's fine. And I'm just going to jam the Queller. If they've got something here, they've got something. I don't care if they counter this. Dispute? Yeah, that's fine. It's good because it helps me resolve Teferi next turn. Beautiful. Alright, so I'm just going to plus Teferi. I would like to hit my land. Sadly, I'm not, but it's okay. That one's awkward. I can bounce it with Teferi, but it's still awkward for sure. Second Blood Sun. Alright, I guess I'm not bouncing anything. Bolt Teferi, sure. Alright, so I feel like this deck would love to have another land, but where we're at is still pretty good. Yep, you can have all the Blood Suns you want. That one I don't like. How do I want to deal with it? I think just Cryptic counter draw is the best play here. Alright, well, we drew a land. Sadly, it doesn't do anything with Blood Sun in play. I don't even have that many fetches. I've got 8 in my deck, so it's unfortunate that these are punishing me as hard as they are, but we're still in decent shape. I've still got a ton of options on all their turns, basically. And they're kind of low on cards. They have a ton of mana, but they're pretty low on cards. They're also locked under Teferi. Teferi's a pain. Cryptic Command, huh? I'm going to spell queller that. The beauty of this is as long as Teferi's in play, they have to play straight into my Force Negation and, you know, my Mana Leak or whatever. That's fine, because they don't get to cast a Cryptic, so I'm totally okay with this. Let's get a Plains, I guess. Now, do I jam Jace here? I mean, he will resolve, and I can still have Spell Snare and Mystical Dispute up next turn. I think I'm supposed to jam Jace. Oh my goodness. Can't draw a land to save my life. So Mana Leak seems pretty bad. I'm going to put Mana Leak on top and Stoneforge on top. And just plus Teferi again. Cycling a Triome, huh? Alright. And they've had enough. Okay, so immediately, I feel like I cheated too much on lands and there should be a 24th land, maybe a 25th land, but game 2, I don't know. Held up fine. We'll see. Still feels like a good start to a deck. This still feels good. Alright, we are here for round 2. Sand seems fine. It's not amazing, but it's fine. Raugrin Triumph. I don't know what's going on and why people are like all over these decks, but they seem to be quite popular. Raugrin Triumph decks, I guess. Polluted Delta. So maybe this is like a Niv-to-Light deck or something. Or it could just be a Jeskai deck that has Polluted Delta to fetch more Raugrin Triumphs. I don't know. I'm going to get my Glacial Floodplain, though. That was a D-Straw. I'll take that. So I got the Triumphs. So they're all over the place. They got all the Triumphs here. In a Mana Confluence? What is happening? So opponent's up to something here. What exactly it is, I do not know. But they're doing something. Something is going down. Stomp. This has to be one of the Tybalt decks, right? That's the only thing that makes any sense here. That is definitely... The opponent's playing the Violent Outburst Cascade deck or whatever. That's the only reason you play Stomp with all these lands. Ugh. Alright. Well, I was hoping I'd get new stuff. I guess if you want to play it for one more day to make $10 in a league or whatever, you're welcome to, but... whatever. They want to return their Bone Crusher Giant? Okay. Maybe they're not doing that? I don't know what this is. This is wild. Whatever is happening here. Okay. Imps Force Negation, sure. Yeah, okay. Seems strong. They got a Field of Ruin. And their own Force Negation. Beautiful. Exile target artifact or creature. Man, the fact that I hit Force Negation is so awkward here. Because I just can't do anything to stop it. Alright, well, upkeep. I'm going to try to bounce Valky, see what happens. I probably have to force back. We'll see where this goes. This literally goes away tomorrow at like 1 o'clock. So I guess you just really wanted to get that last little bit of value you could out of it. It's kind of awkward they actually get my Snapcaster, but whatever. I'm going to play Jason Brainstorm here. Oh my, this is really bad. Oh, Jace loses to Stomp. I forgot they had a Bone Crusher in their hand. This was a really bad play. This was like a really bad play. Yeah. Just not good. I just lost my Jace for nothing, basically. Ardent Plea. Okay. You got it, man. Good work. I don't know how many tickets you can win doing this, but I'll say I do not respect you for doing it. Not even a little bit. Alright, I'm going to cut my Path to Exiles. They seem bad. I need to cut 4 more cards. Spell queller seems pretty bad. It just never counters the 7 mana thing. I like spell queller though. Maybe I cut snare. They don't really have like anything that costs 2. They had a couple things, but mostly nothing. I'm gonna cut 2 quellers. I really don't know what to cut. I guess I'm going to cut a gust. I like the gusts and the purges because they actually answer the stupid Tybalt. I'm going to cut a Snapcaster. Even though that seems weird. And I guess a snare. Snare's going to be pretty bad, I think. Man, it's so frustrating. It's like I don't mind someone trying to get, grind in for the last day, trying to win $100. They might need it right now. I don't know. Like, you don't make that much money from 5-0ing the league. And it just kills the content, I hate that, but it is what it is. All right, this has an answer to the first Valky, so that's good. Got a Teferi as well, which is good. Rather have a land here. That's not what I was looking for, but it's fine. That was good. Take that. Still think this is going to be Feast and Famine here. Don't need that. What the heck? Magic Online. Alright. They get to Valky me. Take nothing. You have a 2-1. Congratulations. And I am going to play Teferi. It's probably going to get Force Negation, which is going to suck, but it's what my hand... Oh, that worked. Interesting. Well, it looks so far like opponent's mana is just like really, really bad. They haven't really been able to cast their spells in this game, so that's good for me, I guess. Come on, deck. That's not what we were looking for. Their own Teferi, sure. Yeah, that's fine. They know I have Shark Typhoon. I can't imagine they attack here, but maybe they do. Nope, they do. Alright. I will block. Beautiful. I was going to play both Stoneforge Mystics, so I don't have to discard the hand size. I have all of my equipment, which is a little awkward, but we're set up next turn so that I get to hit with Feast and Famine, which is what I really want to do here. And who knows what they've got going on. They could have any number of crazy stuff. Petty Theft to Fairy, sure. So now we get Valkied. Beautiful. Oh, just the amount of nonsense is just very high. So you get a Gemstone Cavern and an island. Okay, you got it. Alright, well, they can't stop the Feast and Famine. Unless they have something wild. I don't know what they'd have, but they can't stop it. And here I'm going to purge. Oh, that worked. Okay. Alright, I'm stunned that worked. Take it, though. I don't know why I left up mana. I kind of just assumed I was going to be able to gust after they did this. Can't really do anything on a turn, so that's awkward. Alright, another Valky. Beautiful. It's just unbelievably dumb. They got a Commandeer in my own island. Alright, cool. If they have 2 blue cards in their hand, they can use it. We'll see if that's the case. Alright, and they get to destroy my sword. Beautiful. A land would be amazing here. Alright. The beauty about them commandeering this, which they might be able to do, is that they can't change the target because there's no other legitimate targets on the battlefield, so it has to be still this. That's kind of nice. I'll take that. It would be nice to, have drawn a land, but of course they've all of my lands have been exiled by Tybalt. Hey, there's the land we were looking for. They can hard cast Commandeer. So they can just steal my Teferi when I cast it. But honestly, that's like okay. I have to get rid of this Commandeer in some way. Okay. Guess not. Alright, their Teferi's off the board. We've made progress. I assume they're going to Brazen Borrow me here. Comply. Sure. What are they name? Force of Negation. Alright, so I'm getting Tibbled again. Cool. It's awesome when your opponent just... Alright. Oh no, they've got another Teferi, sure. Oh, they have to return Ardent Plea. Cool. Very cool. This is so stupid. Well, now you see why I haven't been playing for months, because Wizards keeps doing stuff like this. It's just heinous. Just letting this happen. Now, obviously they fixed it, so like I can't hold it against them, but like they even said in the announcement like they considered like how it might work with Cascade, and I thought that was fine. So what? How? How did you think any of this was fine? It can't block. Why would you not attack? Alright. Let's get this Tibble off the board. Hopefully they don't have... Alright, I'm getting the Teferi off the board, excuse me. Now, I can play my own Teferi. So they have one card in hand. Just going to tick up. I think I'm in decent shape. I mean, it's obviously not amazing, but if I can get this Valky off the table or this Tibble, I have a shot. Alright, so they got my Mystical Dispute, or no, their own Mystical Dispute and my Flooded Strand. So they have a bunch more of my lands. But Mystical Dispute's not very good with Teferi in play, so they don't really have anything exiled. Okay, Stomp. That's annoying. Why is this thing a 4-2? Oh, it has Exalted because of Ardent Plate. That makes sense. So Teferi does work here. I can also just Fire and Ice and kill Tybalt. But that doesn't seem great. Plains, I guess. Alright, I think I'm going to do the Fire Ice thing. And just kill Tybalt. This isn't ideal, but opponent does only have one card in hand, and all the stuff exiled doesn't do anything, so that's good for me. I can't tell what's exiled with Valky. That's even better. Like, you just don't know which ones they can cast. I don't know. So it is unclear how many Tybalts they play. Is this deck playing 4? Because I've already dealt with 3. There's 1 in exile and 2 in the graveyard. Alright, this is good. Alright, let's start the turn with a Tef. Alright. Yep, I can't do anything about that. That's fine. But now opponent has actual nothing, as far as I can tell. I have a Force Negation, so I can kind of do something. They do have 2 3/1 flyers, but like, whatever. I'm at 34. They're at 12. The Fire and Ice will take care of it. Oh, they're casting something big here. Did they just natty draw? They did. Alright, well, let's get rid of that. No more Tybalts. We have dealt with all 4. None. Yep. Got him. Got him. Do I want to change anything? I don't really. The Shark Typhoon seemed okay. I think this is fine. I actually kind of want the Spell Snare back just because we've seen so many like random 2-mana things from adventure creatures. Well, I'm actually happy to just play 1 and have 1. That's fine. I think I'm still going to play this tapped. No Spirit Guide is wonderful. I don't have to worry about getting nonsensed. Ooh, second Force Negation is pretty good. You just go straight into it? Just no chill? Yep. Alright, I think I am going to hit the spell snare here. Ooh, Mana Leak's good. I'll take a Mana Leak. Stoneforge Mystic is good. I'll take a Stoneforge Mystic. All of this seems quite good. The question here is, am I okay to play Stoneforge Mystic? I think I am. I think this is one of the few turns where I'm going to be okay doing it. And after this, it gets a little hairy. But I think I'm okay to jam Stoneforge here. I don't know if it's Fire Ice or Batterskull. I think it's Fire Ice. I mean, it's probably Feast. Yeah, it's Feast and Famine. It's always Feast and Famine in these blue mirrors. It's just the scariest card by so much. All right. I would like to Mana Leak this, if at all possible. I'm definitely pitching Opt with Force of Negation here. Alright, so their creatures are really exalted. Really exalted. It's so much exhaustion. Ooh, Teferi would actually be really good here, but I want to get Feast and Famine going. They pitched a Wear and Tear. They got something good over there. Something good for sure. Just actually casting Valky, sure. Doesn't do all that much. And they've had enough. We defeated the Tibalt Menace! Let's go! Let's go! Get out of here, Valky. Clown. Let's go! Oh, that was sweet. Alright, looks like we're back for round 3 here. Playing against the Oink Mage. I do know who this is, but it's eluding me at the moment. We'll figure it out. But this hand's pretty good. We'll keep it. See how it feels. Opponent's on 4. Am I playing as Tron? Nope, they have just conceded. I don't know what happened. Is this Tron? I kind of assume this is like Tron. Or Dredge, maybe? Either way, maybe I'm supposed to bring in Ashiok. That's kind of good against both. I don't really want to go too far in any other direction, but Ashiok as like a hedge could be kind of good. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Seems interesting. I kind of feel like I'm just supposed to resubmit because I just don't know what's happening, but against both Tron and Dredge, Teferi's pretty bad and Ashiok's good. Could also be like Amulet, but like all these decks would mull a lot. Kind of lose to Ashiok. I'm gonna bring in Ashiok. This is kind of a crazy ploy here, but it could be good. It could work. Alright. Sand seems fine. Unclaimed territory? Human? That is not a matchup for Ashiok. We are immediately punished. Okay. That's great. Well, at least I have 2 Path Exiles. There is that. Oh, the punishment was swift. It was swift and it was strong. Alright, I think I'm going to go Path Op, so I'm going to lead on Plains. I'd like to Path whatever they play. I don't really want to Path the Noble Hierarch at all. I'd much rather like Path a Manus Rider if they play a Manus Rider here. Illusion? So definitely still human. This is just the Phantom. Yeah, alright. Alright. Taking no damage ever. None. Alright, Colonnade will be the 4th land we play here. As it turns out, this card is still rough. Oh yikes, that's a tough one to play into a Path Exile. Yep, alright, well. Alright, fair enough. Very successful showing against humans, I guess. I don't know. I have no idea what just happened there, but we'll take it. Alright, on to round 3, I guess. That was interesting. The bringing in Ashiok against humans is just too good. Oh, that one was good. That one I enjoyed. I kind of wish I had drawn the Ashiok just to get it, just to let him see it, put it in Ashiok in the blind. And my opponent just make fun of me. That would have been good. That would have been funny. Round 4, we got the 3-0 start here, including a win against Tybalt, which is kind of sick. This is a keep. Totally fine hand. Look, I've said it before. They need to unban Preordain. Let me have a Preordain instead of this stupid opt. Balaged's Sanctuary? So opponent's either up to no good or... I don't know. Opponent's probably doing something unfair if you're playing Balaged's Sanctuary. It could just be a fair deck because this one is actually like kind of fair. But I would guess this... Yeah, this has to be Oops All Spells, right? Or Belcher maybe. It could be Belcher as well. I'm going to play a Strand here. Luckily, Queller's like very, very good against this deck. So I'll take that. Recross the paths, huh? It doesn't really do anything. It just lets them arrange their whole library. But then they cast a Wheel of Fortune the next turn generally. I think I'm supposed to counter this. I don't know. Stoneforge Mystic, huh? Well, I'm going to play my Castle Ardenvale. Blood Moon. No, that one I think is going to hurt me too much. You know what? I could have let that one go, actually. I could have. I don't know. That's close. Oh my god, Snapcaster was such a good draw here. Take that all day. We got the clock. We're beaten down. Morphos. I accept. I would like to not have to snap Mana Leak here, but it looks like I'm going to have to do that. Especially if they're going to Desperate Ritual. I don't think this deck plays Empty the Warrens as far as like Shatter Skull Smashing. Well, now I have to decide if I care, because this Blood Moon really isn't that big a deal for me right now. I have one of each basic. I could also just path it in response. That's actually probably way better. Just get another basic. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. This seems fine. I am going to opt here. Snap's okay. I think I'd rather have another counterspell or another queller or a land so I can have Stoneforge plus Snap Mana Leak. So I think I'm going to bottom. That one's close. Ooh, Jace is good. Oh my. Force Negation. If I knew they had Belcher, I would slam Jace. But I don't know. Oh, wait. They can only cast red stuff. They can't cast... And they don't have... Yeah, they're never able to cast the black things, right? So I can just slam Jace and Force Negation Belcher? Alright. Dece. Ooh, and we drew another island. Beautiful. I'll put this one back and the Batter Skull back, because I don't need the Batter Skull. And then I'm going to play the Stoneforge Mystic. Yep. Let's go get a Feast and Famine. And now opponent has to beat 2 Force Negations plus Jace and Stoneforge Feast and Famining them. Going to be a tough one here. Talisman of Impulse is fine. I don't know how bad that is for me, but I don't want to find out. Oh, Cryptic Command is so good. These don't really do anything, although land is fine. I'm just going to put him back. I don't need him. Discarding the Ironcrag Feat. So I have to assume this is Belcher. They probably do have some post-game plan, like used... no, you probably just can't do that, right? I don't know. I have no idea. Ooh, the Glacial Floodplain. These are all just mountains regardless, so whatever. I'll play a mountain. I'm going to opt now. I might as well get to untap my lands and start clearing these useless lands off the top of my library here. I don't really... Spikefield Hazard, my Snapcaster, sure. This has not been a particularly impressive showing from the opponent's deck, I'll say that much. Alright. That queller probably seals it, but we'll see what happens here. Discard a third Ironcrag Feat. Very good. I've had many Ironcrag Feats. And that's a GG. Alright. This feels like this should be a good matchup for me, but this is a scary... This deck can do stuff. Although not having Spirit Guide is real. I don't think Path Exile does anything. I could be wrong, but I don't think it does. I think Aether Gust is going to be amazing. I like Veto. Do I like Teferi? Teferi seems like it's okay. Not particularly amazing, but like fine. It's probably better than a Shark Typhoon. I think I'll do this. I kind of want to cut both Shark Typhoons, honestly. Why can't I get them out of my deck? I don't know what just happened. Mystical Dispute in. So it says I have 15 cards in my sideboard and 61 main, so I don't think the Shark Typhoon is actually in my deck right now. That's the assumption I'm operating under. I don't know. And Mystical Dispute might seem weird, but it's just like a third... It's just like an extra mana leak. It's a 3-mana one. I'll bring it in, because if you let the Belcher resolve, you die. I don't think this hand is it. Man, if this hand had an island, I would keep it for sure. Oh, this hand's awkward as well. I think I'm supposed to keep this one, though. And... I think I'm going to bottom the Floodplain and the Jace. I really hope I draw a counterspell in my first couple draw steps here. That's not really what I was looking for at all, but it's fine. Defense Grid. Well, I did draw the counterspell. A little bit late on that one. Not late necessarily, but not going to do very much, that's for sure. Gonna feast and famine here. Alright, they just naturally drew Reforge the Soul, so I'm going to lose my whole hand and draw 7, which means I don't have any equipment anymore. I guess I could maybe get a Batter Skull. Kind of awkward. Yeah. Here we are. Well, I do believe it's time to bring the beats. Also, I'm going to play Teferi. I think I just plus. It gives them, like, they could cast Ironcrag Feat and Belcher me here, and that'd be pretty bad. But they need to have exactly those two things, and they don't necessarily have them. And next turn, I can Teferi bounce the defense grid and then queller it on the way back down. And I have an actual game plan. Okay, Talisman is good for me. That means I'm not dying this turn. Probably. I don't really know how this works. I get to see their whole deck. So they are definitely just a Belcher deck, and they get to put in any order. Which I assume means they're going to reforge the soul again? They have a second one. I don't see, like, anything I care about, though. There's no Veil of Summers or anything. They have 4 defense grids, so I do care about those, but... Wait. What is happening? Wins the clash? Let me put that on top. Let's beat for 1. Time to get those beat downs on. So the awkward thing here is that they get to resolve Charbelcher, and then I can't really stop it once that happens. Although... 2. 1, 2. I only have 1 Ironcrag feat. They only have 2 here, and we saw 3 last game, so they probably have 1 in their hand. So I guess my Aether Gust play could work. If they try to Ironcrag feat into Belcher, or use any ritual, really. Which makes sense. Like, they probably should do that because it's awkward to just cast the Belcher here. Alright, they just cast it. Alright, well, that's bad for me. That is going to be quite bad for me. So I guess I need another Teferi here, or this game is just done right now. Yeah. Well, that was the line I couldn't beat. I was hoping that they would Ironcrag feat, or more foes, or do any of the rituals, but they just cast it, which ended up being the better line there. So the Shark Typhoons had come out. I mean, yeah. If I had something that got rid of the defense grid, I would keep. I would put that in, but none of these really do anything about it. I do think I like this Mystical Dispute, though. I think it's... Gust is good. I don't think I need SoFi. I also think I could cut a Stoneforge Mystic, but I don't really have anything better I want to bring in. Alright. This hand plays. It's not amazing, but it's fine. I do like Snare. I'm going to top that. I might get super punished for topping that, but I think it's okay. I definitely want Feast and Famine. Being choked on mana here, that's clearly the best one. I think I'm force negationing Defense Grid. Not I think. I am force negationing Defense Grid. Probably pitching Jace. Yep. I hate it, but I think it's right. Is it Jace or Snapcaster, though? It's probably Jace. I'm going to pitch Jace. All right, I was going to say a land here would be excellent. That totally plays. I'm going to let Morphos happen. I could snare that. It would probably be good to snare it, but I really want to get this Feast and Famine in play. Let's see what they do. Okay, that's fine. That is totally fine. Probably means their hand's bad, but this isn't doing anything super degenerate. It's just kind of fixing their hand a little bit, but that's fine. So I would like to snap Opt here if I don't have to use one of these and look for a hard counter for Belcher. But if I have to use one of these, that's fine. Pact of Negation. Okay. So they have to win this turn, don't they? They Pact of Negation to me. Can they win right now? I'll put that on the bottom. I don't want that at all. They put Reforge the Soul on top, right? I'm confused as to how they think they're going to survive here. All right. Maybe they have like Angel's Grace? They can't even cast it. They're just losing. All right. Thought they might have more of a plan than that instead of just casting a Pact of Negation that kills themselves, but there we are. Whew. So this has got a 4-0 start with Stoneblade, including defeating this person over here in their Tybalt nonsense. So, just saying, Stoneblade might have been the truth for the last couple months and nobody even knew. Or maybe we just needed Uro to get banned, but, I mean, we'll figure that out later. Alright. On the play, in the blind, I think this is a keep. I don't think it's a great hand, but turn 2 Stoneforge Mystic, turn 3 Jace. I've got all my colors. Seems fine. I also kind of hate this Glacial Floodplain. Kind of think there's a real chance it shouldn't be in the deck. But it's fine. Well, I'm not going to not jam Stoneforge Mystic now. resolves. Gonna get Batter Skull on the first go around, I believe. Just not knowing what I'm up against, I think this is just the best call. Misty could be many things, assuming what an opponent is playing off a Misty Reinforce is a little loose. This land will tell us a lot more, though. Overgrown Tomb. So, Sultai, maybe like a Death Shadow deck. Yeah, Fatal Push. That's fine. I'll tell you what this one's getting. It is definitely Feast and Famine. Not close. Also, for the record, I really want to save this Vista for the turn I play Jace. Oh, that's a pretty good draw, actually. I would like one Feast and Famine, please. I could force a negation on their turn, but it's going to take a lot to get me to force a negation anything on their turn. Ketria Triome? Alright, well, I have no idea what I'm playing against now. 4 color, no white. This could also just be that same Tibalt deck. Or no, you can't if you're playing Fatal Push. Bloodchief's Thirst, so maybe just like a 4 color control deck? I guess. Interesting. Do I jam Jace into 2 open mana? They've shown a lot of reactive spells, so they probably have counter spells. Seems a little loose. I think I'm just going to play the Flooded Strain and get a Hallowed Fountain and just hold up Hardcast Force. And I might just jam the Batter Skull next turn. See what happens. So this is probably like a Sultai control deck that's just like has Valky maybe. That would make some sense to me. Alright, let's start with an Opt. See where this gets us. Don't really want a Misty here. Another Opt. Alright, I'm just going to play the land and pass. Probably Opt again, end of turn. Snap is good. I like Snap. Let's get all the 2-for-1s I can here. Oh, it just warms the heart to play with Snapcaster Mage again. You know, it feels so good. So land is interesting because it is the 7th land that I would have, which would let me, not next turn, but the turn after, go Jace with Force of Negation back up in the same turn. But I think that's worse than just bottoming this and, yep, drawing like a Cryptic Command or something awesome like that. So I think I'm going to attack here. The question is, do I play like a sort of Feast and Famine? I do have to take down Cryptic to do that, so I don't think I want to. I'm just going to wait. At some point, opponent's going to do something. They have to make a play somewhere. And when they do, I have a Jace ready to be slammed. Realistically, I'm going to go Feast and Famine, equip, attack, make you discard, untap my lands, play Jace, pass. But figure that out later. Is this like Niv? I have no idea what this is. Opponent's deck is sweet, though. It's just like insta-lose to Blood Moon the deck. Opponent doesn't appear to be scared, though. Ooh, Field Ruin's probably very good against them. Oh, you got your own Snap here, huh? Was maybe supposed to Cryptic their Snap? I think this is fine, though, because now I get to resolve Jace. Drawn in the lock, huh? I will force of negation the drawn in the lock. And Jace resolves. Castle Ardenvale seems amazing. I'm going to put that on top and that on top. I want to keep these ones in hand. Yeah, Castle Ardenvale seems unbeatable for like a slow 4-color control deck without Field of Ruin in it. Does look like they're doing something here, though. Ooh, this is something large. What is this? Bring the Light, maybe? For 4? Yeah, Bring the Light for 4. Oh, they're getting Valky. Alright. Sure. Oh, they got my Batter Skull. No! What did they hit? Their own Snapcaster Mage? Okay. Well, I think I'm supposed to brainstorm. These are good. These two back. I'm going to play Castle Ardenvale. I'm going to play Stoneforge Mystic. Get Fire and Ice. And I believe just pass from here. They exiled the Snap, so they're pretty likely to cast Snapcaster. I could have just Cryptic Bounce Tybalt too. If they cast Snapcaster first. Alright. Shark Typhoon plus they hit my Colonnade. Well, you can't cycle Shark Typhoon from exile, so they have to hardcast it, which could be a problem at some point, but isn't likely a problem at the current instant. So I only have 3 cards in hand. Spell Snare. Really hoping they choose to pick a counterfight here. Because I will snap off Cryptic, counter bounce Tybalt. Okay, they chose not. They did not choose to do that. Right, I'm not going to fall for this trap. I'm just going to path it. And I will bounce draw here. Turn target permanent to its owner's hand, draw a card. Do they have a cryptic? Brutal. Definitely going to put Fire and Ice back. I guess Strand. Then play the Stoneforge Mystic. Get Fire Ice. Cryptic. Return target permanent to its owner's hand. Draw a card so I don't get ulted on. I think I am just going to put the sword in play. Just because that's kind of where I want to go anyway. I can't really hold anything up. Like, it doesn't help me that much. There's a decent chance they just recast Tibalt. Although, I could also see him hardcasting Shark Typhoon this turn. That makes some sense. It does seem like they're going to recast Tibalt. No, they actually cast the Typhoon. Fair enough. Are you going to cast Valky here? Or a spell? Decay is very good. Gives him a Shirk, too. I think I'm going to start by brainstorming here. Oh, Teferi's so good. Yeah, I'm going to put these two back. Teferi. Bounce your Shirk. Kalinad. Sort of Feast and Famine. Opt. Bottom. Equip. Attack. Curious if they discard Valky here or... Oh, discard Damnation. Okay. Interesting. And they're at 5. So they're super dead. To Snapcaster Cryptic, counter bounce the Shark token after. I mean, they were dead even if I didn't do, like, they're dead a lot of ways here. They don't have very much life. Counter target spell, return target permanent to its owner's hand. This one and that one. And given that I have the path here, they do have a 7/7, but it's just not going to be quite enough. And you're dead on board. Can't cast any more spells. One of the cards in your hand is a Shark Typhoon that doesn't do anything, so I can't think of a card in Magic that saves them here, but we'll see what they got. And that's a GG. Tempoed them out. Found the way. You love to see it. Alright, so post board against a deck that's mono nonsense. Veto seems good. Fairy seems good. The Path to Exiles did not seem good. The Mystical Disputes seem good, and so did the Aether Gusts. I don't think I want the Purge. I think it's a little too much. The Shark Typhoons do seem good. The Snare seemed really good. All of this seems quite good. I'm going to cut a Stoneforge. August. I really do think I could cut the Batter Skull. I haven't got the Batter Skull. Batter Skull's kind of whack. There's a chance I want this Gust, but I think it's fine. Maybe it's better than a Queller. Could see that. Yeah, I think I'm going to have it over a Queller. Just one of the Quellers. Alright, opponent is in the tank on this game. Sand seems keepable. I don't think it's great, necessarily, but it's fine. This isn't... Presumably this isn't the Cascade version. It didn't look like it. So, I'm not worried about like a turn 2 or 3 crazy thing I can't beat. It also doesn't look like they have Teferi, which is pretty good for me. I guess we'll see how it turns out, but it didn't seem like they had Teferi. Ooh. Opt, maybe? Thought Scour. Me. Interesting. Oh, because they have Drown in the Lock in their deck. Yep, that makes sense. Oh, man, I would have loved to draw this Stoneforge Mystic, too. Jace ain't bad, though. I'll take a Jace all day. I was probably supposed to save that Flooded Strand for after I get Jace in play, but it's fine. Me again? So they, like, way have Drown in the Lock in their hand. Like, they aggressively have it in their hand. Well, they're also just missing lands, which is pretty unfortunate for them. I guess I get the Glacial Floodplain. It's getting a tap land anyway. Don't really want to feel the ruin. Would rather have a spell. That's a fine one. That was a good draw. Some interaction. I can end a turn, snap Opt here. Get some board presence going. Untap Hold of Cryptic or jam Jace, whatever I see fit. Oh, Teferi's quite good. I'll take a Tef all day. Oh, the second one's less good, but I will still take it. I think I'm going to hold up Cryptic this turn. I could jam Jason, that would be fine. But I think holding up Cryptic this turn, untap Teferi plus Leak is just going to be a lot better overall. Alright, I might have screwed up playing the Castle Ardenvale there. I was probably supposed to play the island given they had a Field of Ruin, but whatever. I'm also pretty into end of turn Cryptic bounce draw on Watery Grave. Because they have to discard, so they're like really incentivized to do something here. And then the Teferi Mana Leak line is like almost positive or almost certain to work. This Cryptic Command is awesome. Definitely a tough spot for the opponent. When you're missing lands in like a blue mirror and your opponent is bouncing your lands, it is miserable. It's not good. It feels bad. It's really hard to come back from. It's bad. They did let that happen, though. Interesting. Alright. Well, let's play a Tef. I'm going to snare their Leak. Ugh, they had Veil of Summer. That is brutal. Very brutal indeed. Well, I was thinking I maybe played around it, but nah. So I guess what they were thinking about there was, were they supposed to Veil of Summer? Which honestly, Veil of Summer last turn would have also been a pretty big blowout. But opponent is pretty far behind at this point. Oh my god. Now I get to do Teferi with Mystical Dispute and Mana Leak? Hello. Also, the reason I'm like valuing this really highly is it also shuts off their Bring the Light completely, which seems to be something their deck is trying to do. Yuck, would be a real shame if someone Mystical disputed that. Alright, so I'm going to attack and then bounce my Snap. Oh, beautiful. We drew a Gust, too. Decay Teferi. I think I want to Gust that, honestly. If they want to counter my Gust, they're welcome to, because I'll just jam Jace with Mana Leak back up next turn, and we'll still be in a pretty good spot. If they have a counterspell, they're kind of incentivized to use it here because I can snap Gust Decay again next turn. And then... No, Teferi's never going to get to 3, right? Goes to 2. It'll be up to 3. Then they could Decay. I can't really stop that. But, yeah. I wonder what they're thinking about. Definitely a tough spot to be in if you're the opponent, but I don't know. Maybe it's like their last counter or something? No, they let it happen. Alright. Well, this is the nightmare if you're them, is that I take the turn I was given and resolve a busted threat like a Jace the Mind Sculptor or something. Oh my, more mana leaks. Put an opt back, I guess. Teferi is decayed this time. This has happened. I'm going to bottom that. Draw this Jace that I don't really need. Alright, land is good. Ooh, Force Negation is also quite good. I'm just going to shuffle those two away. And we'll just pass here. I just have so many counter spells. At some point I get to snap opt, then I'll have my clock, and we'll be all set. Pulse of Marasa to return a land. I don't think this matters, like, even in the slightest, but I'm also just going to trade cards 1-for-1 with my opponent at any given opportunity, because I have a Jace and they don't. So when I draw 2 cards a turn, they're only drawing 1. Every trade is like a 2-for-1 for me, basically. Every 1-for-1 trade is essentially a 2-for-1. So I'm just going to snap that off. And I think I do want one of the lands. No, I don't. All right, well... Now I'm going to mana leak again. Get my opt. I'll bottom that land. Now I actually want spells. Ooh, that was a really good draw. Oh my, it's a lot of really good cards. I guess opt is the worst of them? Question mark. I don't know. I do get Feast and Famine here, which is like absolutely busted for me. If opponent has Force Negation, this doesn't go great for me, but I still have 2 forces on their turn and they'll have 1 card in hand. Yeah. Sorry, opponent. The good old 7 mana, but it's actually 0 mana play. Oh, so good. I don't know how opponent gets out of this. This seems possible. Oh, they had an end of the story, too. That would have been nice to resolve that. I appreciate opponent thinking it. I wish I could just show him my hand, and not even to like rub it in. It's just like there's physically no cards in the format that save you here. Like the only uncounterable stuff also gets gusted. Do they have the veil? They do not. Okay. I had the answer anyway, but, you know, just wanted to see. Well, that was a drubbing. And here we go. That's a beautiful little trophy there. Complete with beating the Cascade into Tybalt deck. Stoneblade looking pretty good. I'm a fan. I haven't gotten to play a Stoneblade deck like this in a minute, but it's looking good. This is a deck I'm going to continue. There's let's get to the thoughts. So, one, I really like how blue-white has very consistent and good mana. You saw it come up in one of the matches where my opponent Blood Mooned me. Did I get Blood Mooned a second time? That might have been a different deck. I don't remember. I definitely got Blood Moon when I was playing against Belcher, and I just let it resolve because I had a bunch of basics because my deck has a ton of basics. And that's the beauty of playing two colors. That's actually a huge advantage of it. The one card that I would really like in this deck is Icefang Kotal. I think Icefang Kotal would be really good. But after playing with Queller and Typhoon, I don't know if it's worth the third color. Plus, to enable it without Astrolabe, you probably need to play, you know, more Glacial Floodplain lands. I don't know what the other ones are called. Rimewood Falls, maybe? Maybe that's the blue-green one. You probably need to play both of those, and that might be okay, but there's not really any other green cards I want anymore outside of, like, Veil of Summer in the sideboard would be nice, but I can't think of any other ones I really want. Maybe Gargaroth in the sideboard would be nice. I don't know. I don't really need any green cards. I mean, Kotal would be really good, though. So that's one I'll try. That is one I'll try. But this deck felt really good. It feels like there's something here. I don't think it's tuned yet, certainly. I think there's a lot of work to be done on it. But the shell feels good. So this feels like a Tier 1 Modern deck to me. I think it's here to stay. I think we could do more work on it, but you know, as Magic Online continues the process of kind of figuring out decks, I think this is just going to be a Tier 1 deck. So we'll see where it ends up, but you know, when I play the Mana Traders this month, this is going to be this is a deck I'm going to have to do some more research on before I get into it, because this is high on my list of decks to consider for that event. So that's all I got for Stoneblade this time. Remember, if you like the content we're making here, please subscribe to the channel. Please like this video. I'd really appreciate it. And remember to leave a comment. And if you want to see any decks played in the future, feel free to let me know. I'm going to be trying out a lot of decks. I've said it before, but I'm just going down the list right now. I think I still want to play Jund. I still want to play I want to try Hammer Time, I think. I wanted to try some Shadow decks. I wanted to try some Prowess decks. I got some other ones. Someone requested Storm. Goblins. I need to play Goblins for sure. Two different kinds, too. Pirate Goblins, definitely. Amulet. I want to try Old Amulet again. There's a lot on the list, but if you want to see anything, leave a comment. Request it, and I will happily play the league with it, see how it goes. And with that, talk to you next time.
I'm joined by K-Boggs. Welcome, Kyle.
How are you?
Raja Suleiman with Orzhov.
Max McVitie.
Congratulations, Brian DeMars.
Zach Allen.
I wouldn't be here without these guys, though. So.
And the champion of Proto Counter-Attack here, Relax.